Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday Talks with Abby. In this brand new series, every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we dive into some of the most common and trickiest questions you will face in or have been asked in software and IT industry interviews. I will be picking a question each week, breaking it down, and giving you clear step by step explanations so you are more than ready to tackle them in the real world. I will also discuss the follow up questions based on the main interview question. Whether you are gearing up for your first job interview, switching roles, or just want to brush up your skills, this is the place for you. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get ready to ace those interview questions together. Today's question is based on constraints and has been asked by Google. The question is, what is the purpose of foreign key constraint in SQL and how does it ensure data integrity? And there was a follow-up question as well. The follow-up question is, what are on delete and on update actions in a foreign key? Explain with examples. There are many terms here. First of all, we need to understand the foreign key. What is foreign key first? And then we are also going to understand what sort of data integrity is ensured by implementing foreign key. We are going to cover in follow-up question what are on delete and on update cascades. So I'm going to discuss these on in details first, and then I will take you to the SQL Server Management Studio to explain them with a demo, and we'll take many examples to clarify all of these one by one. So first of all, let's try to understand the intent of the company. So any organization, when asks any question, there is an intent. There is an intention of that to asking that question. Google basically once asked this question, there was the intention to know from the candidates that candidate is well aware of normalization of databases or not. Those who are already aware of the fact called normalization, it's all good. Otherwise, this is a way you can actually best way to write tables or best way to design tables, database tables, so that there won't be any anomalies further. So this is a way to do that. So Google wanted to understand if the candidate has proper normalization ability to design the normalized databases and also to enforce the referential integrity. If you say referential integrity, that means it is also a kind of consistency between tables. So there are two tables interdependent. If you are deleting some data from one, and if it let's say deletes without checking the referential integrity between these two, so in that way you are not maintaining the referential integrity between these tables. So this is something that company wanted to understand. Candidate is aware of the fact called cascading actions or not. So let's try to understand and explore these all. First of all, let's try to understand the foreign key constraint. So a foreign key constraint establishes a relationship between two tables. So if there are two tables, it somehow establishes the relationship between these two by ensuring that the value in a column of first table that match the value in the column of the second table. So if there are two tables, and I have already explained in many of my videos that there are different keys. If there is something called primary key, it's a unique key in one table. And if it becomes the part of another table, then it becomes the foreign key there. It is called as a foreign key there. And also it enforces the referential integrity, preventing actions that would lead to invalid, inconsistent, or faint records. So let's say, try to understand these two tables. The table is department table and the table is employee table. This is department table and this is employee table. You understand here is this department is containing department ID and department name, whereas these employees are containing employees details along with which department they actually work in. So you see this guy, Sumit Thakur, works in IT department. This guy, Tommy Simon, is working in HR department, and likewise the other people are working in different departments. So for example, what happens, what do you mean by data consistency and referential integrity here? Let's say in a day, I mean on a normal day, if somebody goes and deletes this data, if this record gets deleted from department table, and then there are many employees who are belonging to this particular department, if they are not notified, or if there is no integrity maintained between these two tables, so there would be inconsistent data between these two, right? So these guys will be belonging to some department which has actually been deleted from the master table, right? So this is a way that you maintain the integrity between these two tables. So here department ID is working as a foreign key. Okay, this is working as a foreign key in employee table, and it ensures that whatever departments are there will never be deleted without the intimation or without a proper mechanism. So there are different ways to handle this. I will cover those all of one by one. But I hope that you have got to know what actually the foreign key and how does it enforces referential integrity out here. Make sense? Let's go and try to understand the key features. The foreign key's first feature is it ensures consistency between the related tables. So we have already seen in these two tables, it maintains the consistency. The second is it prevents insertion of a value in the child table that does not exist in the parent table. So what is that example? In this, let's say I am going to insert another employee 1006 and his department ID I am giving as 109. So there is no department that exists as 109. There are only 4 departments existing here. So this is not possible. So if you have maintained foreign key constraint, it will never allow any department that is going beyond and which is not the part of its main key, which is called a parent table, and this is called a child table. Make sense? The third is can cascade actions to keep the data consistent. What is that? If it is saying can cascade, that means what happens? Let's say let's say on a good day, let's say you are deleting this IT department itself. So the moment you delete this IT department, every data related to IT department will be deleted from its child table. Okay, and this way it maintains consistency, right? So these are three things that is the key features of foreign key that we have got to know. Make sense? I'm going to cover the second part of the follow-up, the question that is a follow-up question. What are on delete and on update in foreign key? So on delete and on update on foreign key maintains the cascade clauses. They are called as cascade clauses and they're maintaining the consistency. What happens if it is on delete cascade? If a parent table data gets deleted, all the children table data related to that parent will be deleted automatically. And likewise, so that the data will be consistent. And likewise, if it is on update cascade, if the parent data gets updated, all the child data related to that parent data will also be automatically updated so that there would be consistent data between these two tables. Make sense? So I'm going to take this all in detail in the demo. I'm going to show you how to create foreign key right from this scratch. I will show you if I am maintaining a foreign key and creating a foreign key, how does it enforces integrity, referential integrity. I'm going to also show you all the cascade details. So I'm going to take you to the SQL Server Management Studio for these details. So let's go there. I am in SQL Server Management Studio right here, and you can see that I'm going to create a couple of tables for you, right? So I'm going to create two tables, the department table and the employee table. The department table has got, as usual, two fields, department ID, department name. Department ID is a primary key. So if you know, the primary key is the one which is unique and which is considered as a key of this particular table. So let's go and create this table. You know this syntax that I'm checking if all department table is already existing, then delete it and then create a new one. So this gets created. And then let's go and insert a couple of records to this. I'm going to insert 4 records out there in this department table. Let's go and hit this execute button. 4 record get executed. And now I'm going to create another table called employee. In employee table, I am going to create employee ID as a primary key, employee name, date of birth, phone, email, and then I am going to create an department ID. Remember, department ID is the primary key of department table. Here, it is going to work as a foreign key. So how to create? I am keeping the same name, department ID of integer type because it is of integer type here. And then I am telling foreign key. It's a keyword, foreign key. Foreign key, what is the name of the key? Department ID and references. References tell that I am going to reference these to another table. What is the table name? Department name. Department is a table name. And on which field? Department ID field. So make sense? The syntax is pretty clear. This is the field name, foreign key, key name, references, the parent table name, and the field on which you want to create the foreign key, right? So let's go and create this table out there. So the table gets created. Make sense? Now let's go and insert a couple of data to this. These 5 records get inserted. Let's go and try to do some more thing. I'm going to take this set up and just trying to create one more record and which has got 109. Okay. So if I am going to do this, this should not allow me to do, because then I have created the foreign key there, and foreign key will not allow any additional data to be inserted in child table. So let's go and try this. So it doesn't allow, right? So what you learn that you can only insert the department IDs which are available in the parent 101, 102, 103, 104. So hope I explained you, right? Let me delete it first. And then let's explore the data in both of the tables. You can see 101 IT, 102 HR, 103 admin, 104 finance. And likewise, Sumit Thakur that belongs to 101 and likewise. What happens? Now let's go and try to delete one record from here, from department table. So let's go and try to delete one record from department table. Let's see if it allows. What do you think? It should allow? Because I have introduced references and foreign key, it will not allow me to delete. And it says that the delete statement conflicted with reference PK employee department. The conflict occurred in database, whatever, I mean this department DB and DBO employee and department ID. And why it is not allowing me? It is not allowing me because I'm trying to delete a department which is also the which has been used by the children, the child table. The 102 is being used by Tony Simon, and I cannot delete it, right? So this is the way. If you have introduced a foreign key, it maintains referential integrity. It will not allow you to delete. Now, having said that, you already know the foreign key concept. Let me go and tell you the cascading details. Okay, let me delete both of the tables first. The tables have been deleted. Now, let me go and create the first table. As usual, department table. I'm going to create the department table here. And then let's insert the records to department table. Records have been inserted. And now, this point of time, I'm going to introduce the cascade. So how to introduce the cascade? On delete cascade, on update cascade. So what does it mean? It means that if there is any change in the parent table, the change will be cascaded to the child table. So let's say if there is a change in department, that will be cascaded to child table also. Let's see this in action. Okay. So let's create this table. The table should be created. Hitting the execute button. Table has been created. And let me insert these 5 records to the table. 5 records have been inserted. Now, having said that, I have created both the tables. Let's select and see. So you see that the tables have been created here and the data is being seen. Okay. Now let's go and do one thing. I am going to change the department ID from 1012 to 111. Now you see that there are 2 people who are already having, ID, department ID 101. That means Sumit Thakur and Kumud Thakre both are having 101 department ID. But I am going to update the department ID, right? So will there be any inconsistency? Since I have introduced the cascade, okay, I have introduced the update cascade. What will happen? The moment you change this department ID from 101 to 111, these guys' department ID will be also changed from 101 to 111. Okay. Do you want to see in action? Let's go and update these. First of all, it will now allow me to do. If I have not updated cascade, so it will not even allow. Now it will allow me to do. Now this has been done. One row impacted from here. And this should also impact the, oh, it was 101. Now it became 111. Make sense? And if I'm going to delete, let's say I am going to select this again. So there is one guy who is Tony Simon and who is having department ID 102. What if I'm going to delete department ID 102 from the parent table. Since I have introduced delete cascade, so ideally it should delete this data also. So now if I'm going to delete this from department ID and from department table, so let's delete this and let's see what is happening. You see this, that department 102 has been deleted from department table, as well as the data of that guy, Tony Simon, department ID 102 has got deleted from child table. And hence it demonstrates the referential integrity, data consistency. So I hope the concept of foreign key, referential integrity, and cascades that I have discussed with you pretty much clear to you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more high quality technical content. Drop your question in comments and I will be happy to answer them. See you in the next one. Bye bye.